What's up, y'all? In this video, I'm gonna be talking about some technical analysis on TLRY, Tilray Brands, INC point. Now that's what I do every chart. I like to start big because at the end of the day, we should be also investing for long term while also taking short term profits. And also, I always use the bigger time frame to tell the real story. So I'm not scared of a little down move on the down 3 weeks on the daily chart. When it's a little manipulation pullback on a monthly or a 3-month chart, you know. But anyway, let's get into it. On the year, took out the low. It's a bullish sign. No gaps. There's a gap right here. Fair value gap, that could be a target. It's almost 100% move, maybe like 70% move right there. The highs, a lot of liquidity right there. The green candles, usually those highs or lows eventually get taken out. So we can just zoom out and we can see there's a green one up here. It hasn't been taken out. Eventually you can assume price can come hit that target. That's a $100 move. You buy now, it's a lot of money. But anyways, zoom back in. That's good. You want it to close above the next candle for the next candle to be bullish. But then on the 6-month chart, you see that you could have marked this out, right? You could have dropped in the lower time frame. What's a 6 month? What's like reciprocal to what goes together with the 6-month chart? A 1-month chart. Go on the 1-month chart. Boom. You can literally just do this. Literally enter here, man. You enter on that candle because it closed above this line. Now you're like, oh, clean. What about this? Yeah. You would have been down a little bit. You'd have been low-key scared. But would you have been? I mean, look how big this candle is. Look how bullish. The little wick compared to that big body. And also, look, it didn't. You got to wait for ish to close, man. Boom, right into this volume imbalance. This is a gap. Usually price trades to the gap, right? Yes. For it to be bearish, I would not want to see it close here. Well, when did this start? September 2nd. I bet you this is like the first week. Was it monthly? This is like the first week of September. I guarantee you. September 2nd. Boom. Manipulation. I'm telling you, man. It's manipulation. You can see how big and explosive. Now, this is nasty. I wouldn't trade on a weekly. I would have dropped. If you were too scared about that, I would have dropped. What's reciprocal with, what was that, 3-month or monthly? A monthly. What's reciprocal to a monthly chart? Daily. Drop to the daily. I had to pull out my notes for a second. I forgot. You know, boom. We get, what do we say? We entered. It would have been in this. It would have been in this right here, but you know, you could enter off the daily. But you just gotta stay strong, man. But that's the thing. Trade off bigger time frames. You would have got scared because the weekly was down a little bit of money. You'd have got scared. When in reality, you were trading off a 3-month chart. You didn't wait 3 months for this. You know, you didn't wait. Once you get close, or it was a month. You didn't wait a month. You waited a week and you got out. You got scared. When in reality, that just traded to a volume imbalance. That's money. Right there, you could have entered right off there. Technically. I mean, once you get to close, man, that's what I do. I enter. Knowing the next candle is I'm probably gonna be losing a little bit. Sometimes if it closes above certain things, it does. That's where you get the big gappers. Like usually a gap's a big gap, you know. You can see how big these moves are, bro. But I mean the way this is going, I think we're for sure going to the blue zone. I can't lie. I'm also not a financial advisor. But once again, use your brain. Stop loss. I mean, that's a big stop loss. 137. I mean, it's I don't know. It's like 40%. I don't know. But you got to understand where to enter. You enter off the smaller time frame, though. That's where you get a little money entry. I wouldn't enter up here. I'd wait. I'd just wait. Be careful. You know, you just want to see ish close above ish. There's a gap right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but gap right here, man. Gap right there. Price closes. Oh, no, that's not it. I gotta zoom in. Here we go. Draw that right. Gap right here, man. Gap right there. Price traded. I mean, you gotta look at shit like this. You just have to. It's a daily chart. You just. Why, if price was bullish, why wouldn't it close up in here? It would. And then once it closes in this range, you can expect it to trade at least to the 50%. But if you drop into a smaller time frame, I guarantee you it closed in there. It did. I wouldn't have used that one though. Dailies use the 1 hour it is. But I mean, I wouldn't enter that. I mean, I just want a little close. Well, you can, but once it closes out of your zone or the gap, like I was showing you, once it closes out, that's when you get out. That's when it's a little bearish now. I mean, you're gonna lose a little bit, but I mean, if you can, then once it goes back and you enter again, man, you can, like, I mean, quick little pop here. What's so simple with 1 hour? 15 minutes, right? 15-minute chart. You got your close here. Get another close here. You see, it never closed out. I would not have got out till this candle. You know, I wouldn't have entered till it got back in there. But you're trading off the 15-minute chart. That means you want to be in the fucking trade for maybe an hour, 15 minutes. I mean, but if you trade off a higher time frame, you gotta let it develop. That's what a lot of people understand. They're in long term. Oh, I'm a long term believer, but AMD goes down a little bit. Oh, Nvidia's better. Oh, this, that. Oh, this, that. And they end up selling out of their position. Really? Why would you sell? Why would you sell? If you're a long-term believer, why would you sell? Why would you sell because it got here? Why not sell when it gets up here? That's the problem with people. They don't think with their fucking heads. They think with their ass. We don't buy all-time highs. That will never, ever stop happening, though. People will always buy all-time highs because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Just, I hate it. I hate it. You have the people look at the market every day that buy all-time highs. And they ask, damn, I suck at trading. It's because you buy all-time highs when you're a long-term investor. You can make money in the long run with investing in stocks. You got to do it my way. You got to do it the correct way. You have to. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with Tilray. It's probably going to that blue box I drew. But there's a lot of 6 months chart, I think. Yeah, I mean, it could come up here. Now you got to give it 6 months. Each one of these are 6 months. So I mean, unless there's a big explosive candle like this, I mean, there probably will be. This looks really good. But I mean, you can still expect a little retracement into here. Like, I mean, if this closes up here, bullish, but it's gonna manipulate down. You gotta expect that. What is this? This is an order block on a yearly chart. Oh, it would have been. It's a little funky spot. Order block. Boom. So once price goes above it, closes below it, or not closes below it, but goes above it, it's an order block. Now the next candle usually comes up and then down into it, or usually just comes down into it and then up, whatever. When it comes in, that's where you enter. That's a good spot to buy. But make sure you hold it. I usually have a 50% rule. Once it closes under 50, I'm out. Yeah, you can do under here, but I mean, if it's bullish, you don't want it to see go. You don't want to see the price close and below the 50 if it's bullish. Maybe it's not as bullish as you thought. Maybe you'll wait a little. Then maybe it bounces again. Then you get in. You re-enter. A lot of people want to be right. A lot of JO Trades. Shout out to my guy. He explained this to me. A lot of people want to be right instead of limit their losses. You're wrong. Understand you're wrong. You'll always be wrong. But as long as you're wrong and lose 5%, 2% of your money, and then your wins are... Because if you lose, you can have a win percentage of 30% and make money. If your wins are good. Well, if you just minimize your losses, keep your losses small, you know. But anyway, I'm done. I think TLRY is going... It might not even come back into this order block. I mean, it's in the order block right now. Technically, this is in it, but I'm not buying right there. But you can buy, expecting it to come at least to this blue gap. But once it closes inside on a smaller time frame, maybe a daily, fucking be ready, buddy. It could have gap, because I mean, all these stocks gap on the daily. They usually trade after hours, up or down. Fucking 4 a.m. up or down. Weird. But anyway, like, subscribe, help me get to Miami.